Our first challenge, as you can see, is a European Green Deal. This one is always getting a lot of attention, and we're going to have to open us up and tell us what the main characteristics of this challenge are. We have Suzanne Dael, who is from the European Environment Energy, talking about Data4Sustainability. So thank you very much, Suzanne. The floor is yours.
Thanks very much, Jennifer, and good morning, everybody. It's an honor for me to open this first challenge of the 2021 Datathon. And the challenge, of course, focuses on the European Green Deal. The European Green Deal is a game changer for sustainability. It recognizes that everything we work with in environment and climate is intrinsically linked together. When we look at policies addressing biodiversity, we need to be clear about how it affects land use. When we look at policies on land use, we need to be clear about how it affects agriculture. Policies on agriculture affect how we adapt to climate change. And how we adapt to climate change affects dynamics with water. So understanding this complexity that the European Green Deal introduces and supports creates a number of really important demands. One is that we move into systemic thinking. We're currently doing that. Another is that we conduct integrated assessments, also on the way. But really fundamentally, the key for tackling this challenge is data. And the data need to be transparent. They need to be comparable, of high quality, multi-annual, and most importantly, they need to be available. Because the data on environment and climate that we use to address the European Green Deal are used to track progress, to understand interactions, but also to identify the drivers necessary for further efforts to reach our ambitious targets. The European Environment Agency works to collect, compile, and distribute climate and environment data and information that can be used for policy making and action. In the climate and energy area where I work, we work particularly with greenhouse gas emissions data, projections of future emissions, policies and measures being implemented across Europe to achieve emissions reductions. These are the same data that are used in the context of the Paris Agreement and also to track our progress to achieving climate neutrality by mid-century. But we also use these data with other information about the sectors where emissions reductions are being achieved. And that is, for example, in transport or in buildings or in energy supply. And to understand the dynamics, it's interoperability between these data that is very, very fundamental. And how do we do this? Among others, one of the most important tools is data visualization. Because data visualization helps us to transform complex data to clear messages for action to achieve the ambitions of the European Green Deal. If I can ask for the next slide. About a month ago, the European Environment Agency launched a new website to make our climate and energy data widely accessible, but also in a format where users can explore the data, explore the messages, and understand the dynamics for finally to download the parts of the information that are relevant for them where they can work further. On the next slide again, you'll see a couple of the screenshots from the dashboards on the website that work to expose some of the key main messages that the data with which we work are making available. I would invite you to visit the site. You can see, I think, the URL at the top of the screen there, and to explore the information, download it, and use it. Because it's through using open data in innovative data visualizations that we can make simplicity out of complexity. We can understand what the direct and actionable messages are from this enormous volume of knowledge that is necessary to achieve the goals of the European Green Deal. At the same time, data visualizations are incredibly able to help make complexity out of simplicity, to help us synthesize and integrate our knowledge, and to become more detailed in that process. Because to achieve our environmental and climate ambitions, we all have a part to play. We all have a part to play in generating knowledge and in also making change. So I'm looking forward to seeing the 3 European Green Deal finalists in the Datathon competition, to see their proposals, and also to really see what simplicity they've been able to achieve out of the knowledge that they've collected, and at the same time, the complexity that they're able to present us with for future solutions. Thank you.